Yo, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a very educational video. If you want to learn the ACE model, I'm going to teach you in this video. This is not as detailed as the course I'm currently going over. We're going to be back testing April, the month that we were just in. We ended on a green month, so it's going to be interesting to see how any trades that we could have missed or we didn't miss. And yeah, so let's get with that back test starting right now. I do go backwards when I back test. It's just easier. All right. So starting off, April 30th, right here. We did go to all-time highs a lot during this month, and there's a lot of Iran news. We're just gonna have to be very careful. All right. So first off, we got scenario 3, where we have a sweep of liquidity, two candlesticks in the opposite direction of the sweep, retracement down to a volume level that is above the blue line on the fib tool, which would be this would be a wait, hold on. Say this is a sweep. We'd want this. Then it need to be above it need to be below the blue line in this case. And if it was bullish, it need to be above it. Scenario 2, we have a re-sweep. Price sweeps liquidity. Pretend it swept this London high. Then it re-sweeps with two, in this case, two bullish candle closes above this high that it swept. Then we have the volume level come up above the blue line, retracement down, and then continuation higher. Then we have scenario 1, the goated setup. Say we swept both high and the low. We retrace to about 50%. That's where we always do 50%. And then we have take profit at this red level right here. So hit 50% and then go to the red. Those are 3 scenarios. Very brief summary. But that's what we're working with. We're going to put on some non-copyright music. No, we're not. You're going to sit in silence. If you really want it, you can sit in silence. All right. So let's go. No sweep. There's a sweep. Went 2 in the opposite direction. There we go. But obviously we closed beneath, so that's a no trade. But we do have this bad boy right here. We get 2 bearish beneath that. Then it's a valid trade. Nope. And obviously we stopped trading after this white line. Yep. Nothing. So we'll go back here. What is this? Thursday. It's a bad. This stands for bad day. No trade. It's just easy to click. We're gonna go to Wednesday. We always need to make sure we mark out London high. All-time highs. We were at all-time highs a lot during this month. We already do have a sweep market open. Oh, this would be valid. We go from the lowest point. Oh. Volume from the lowest point. This to the highest point. Needs to be above that blue. All right, this would not. It adjusted. This would be a valid trade. And you can see that move up. So it's no longer valid. Yep. Oh, but we did just sweep both this London low and London high. Looking for a retracement. I think I did take a W on this day, if I remember correctly. Yep. We hit 50% and go straight to red. It'd be a W. I remember I actually did take that. I do some rejection here. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but all right. So I think we do have, oh no, London highs all the way up here. I think this is also all-time highs right up there. Let's see what happens. All right, sweep. I don't like when it's like this. Technically, it was two bearish candles, but now we have a big sweep like this. All right, yeah, and we also have this is the sweep point, swing low. And no trade day. We're gonna try to knock this out as quick as possible. It is currently almost 1 a.m. Still do need to take a shower and like get ready for bed and stuff too, so we gotta hurry. This would be a swing low. And we have our two bullish candles here. You can go from high to low. All right. All right. This would not be valid yet because since it's not above the 50%, we can't take it yet. It needs to hit this blue line to be valid. Yeah, and now it's already touched it multiple times. This is a no go for me. It might hit, it might not, but I would not take this. Yep, and you can see it ran straight to our stop loss. So it would not have been valid. But let's see if there's any other trades that play out. Swing low is right here. Nope, nothing. No trade day. We go to Friday. Here's Friday. There's a sweep. We have two bearish candles. There's our two bearish candles. It's not looking the greatest. Yeah, not good yet. No. Yeah, nothing there. But we might be able to take a continuation. This is the highest point after that swing. We need two bullish candles. And don't get it because it comes back down here. But this is a test. If this lines up, this would be crazy. Nope. Doesn't even line up, so it's another no trade day. Boom. Swing point, two bearish candles. Highest point. Fib tool from the highest to the lowest. Oh. Alright, we need this volume line to be below this blue line for it to be a valid trade. Nothing yet. All right, now it would be valid. We hit this blue line. All right, that would be an entry right there. Let's rewind one just so we can get the entry on that blue line. Oh, brother, why did it not? Blue line, and we go blue line to blue line. Definitely probably would have moved to break even here. Oh yeah, I remember taking this trade. We closed at see, we closed past this 0.5, so it's automatically a break even. I think if I just do 0.5, I should do it. Yeah, break even. Count that as a win. Okay, we count that as a win. Not a win. It's a half win because we didn't lose money. We had patience. So we count it as a win. Let's see if it hits though. It didn't. It did end up hitting though. So that's what we'll do. If it ends up winning, then we'll count it as a 0.5. If it ends up losing, we'll count it as a L. Wait, doesn't make sense. It's just a 0.5 no matter what. Yeah, let's see if we get another trade here. Ooh. This looks juicy. No, it doesn't. Wow. What do you got destroyed here? I think this was another example of close past 0.5. So I don't think I ever took that trade. There's a sweep. All right, this type of thing we don't take, but we will take a continuation. Oh, here we go. Now these days are always difficult because usually this type of trade you want to have consistent bullish candles right here. When there's an interruption in the pattern right here, it's always tricky on where you should place your trades. We're gonna go from the bottom though. Yeah, and then we're gonna take this 0.5 trade. Now it is past time, so it's no longer valid. But as you can see, it would have hit. But it would be no longer valid since fast, so it's a no trade day. I would not have been trading that. Remember, boys, don't get tricked by the FOMO, okay? When you have a set off time that you purposely made that rule to protect yourself. And we're freaking lost. Tuesday the 21st. All right, we're back. Sweep. 2 bullish candles. Go from the low. Still, this volume isn't above the blue, so nothing is valid yet. Here we go. This would be a valid trade, but I don't know if you can see this. We closed beneath 0.5. So it's instantly a break-even day. And you can see why. Look at that. Dump. This was going to be an L.5 though, because we never went up. It's an L.5 because like we had no retracement. I remember I took profit. We hit the blue and then I took profit like halfway up. So it was like a break. It was like a minus $40 loss. I'm pretty sure, but I remember this day. This day looks terrible. I am gonna lie to you. Oh, we sweep immediately. I didn't even notice that. Immediate sweep up here. Nothing's valid yet. You can see that line is underneath the blue. And we just reswept that, so nothing's valid at all. Still valid for a resweep. Alright, we just swept both, so everything's out the window now. We're just looking for a retracement to the 50%. That's the only valid trade. Oh, and there we go. Let's see if it hits 0.5. Boom. Take profit would have been hit right there. Now, you might be asking, we closed above this 0.5. This is the only scenario where it's valid to close past 0.5, and it's on a scenario 1 trade where we sweep the London high and London low. So this is a W. There's our sweep. 2 bearish candles in the opposite direction. There it is. We want highest point. This is a very, very small range here. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that the volume is not going to be where we want it to be. Looks like this candle is higher, so we'll do that. Yeah, you see how high volume is? And then we immediately take that out, so now nothing's valid, but this is a valid swing point. Oh, there's one candle closure. All right, this would be a valid area right here, and we'd go from 1, 2 bullish candle closures. Now for this type of trade, we have to go, we put the volume profile and the Fibonacci tool on the bottom of the first candle in the pattern. So you see how these are all white like this? That's what it will be. And so you put it at the very first one in this sequence. Okay, so boom, and then put it in the direction of the trend. So start from the bottom and you go to the top because it's bullish. Now this is a plus since it is above the blue line. So now we're just looking to get a buy opportunity at the blue line since it is not above the purple line. If it's above the 0.5 level, then we do it at 0.5. If it's below the 0.5 level but above the blue line, you do it at the blue line. It's not that hard to understand. Now it's at the, now it is increased and now it is at 0.5. So now we do it 0.5. Here's our entry. Take profit to red. Stop loss at the other red. Should be about a 1-to-1. Make sure these are accurate. Well, my entry isn't exactly on 0.5, so it's not a perfect 1-to-1. But let's see if this hits. And just like that, that is another W. So that would be a W. We go to Thursday. Thoughts on Bruno Mars? I'm listening to a Bruno Mars song right now, but I don't actually love Bruno Mars music. Also, why is Pink Panthers like attractive and not attractive at the same time? Anyway, thoughts. Okay. Right, now look. This is important. You might think right here is a swing point because we swept this low and pushed up. It's not. It's only a swing point when we have two bullish candles, two candles of the same color in the opposite direction. So since this was only one candle and then we re-swept it, this is just a continuation in the trend, just a pullback in the trend, but it's not a swing point. Let's see if we get another one here. Boom. Now, this is a swing point that is valid to take shorts off of if we get a resweep. All right. Here we go. Let's see. So since it's the scenario 3 still, so we put it from the furthest point and we go furthest to tallest, and we want this black volume line, the bottom one, since it's going up, we want to bounce off the bottom one. Want that to be above this blue line right here before we get a retrace. And so you can see here we got a retrace, and so it's no longer valid. Although you can see it still would have hit, but especially with a close between the 0.5 and the blue level, it's not worth taking it. That would be gambling. Now what do we? Now we do see a sweep of London High, but this is all-time highs right here. You see, this is the highest we've ever been ever, and so it's an automatic no trade day. Once we get all-time highs, you stop trading, okay? Because there's nothing else to target. Since we took out the highest point, it doesn't matter if you retrace. Does not mean we're gonna go up like the strategy says, because the whole point of the strategy is to be a continuation to go higher to other draws on liquidity. But since we've already taken out the highest draw on liquidity, there's nothing else to do, nothing else to take. Okay, I hope you can understand that. That's really important. There's nothing to target up here. I mean, there's literally nothing. We can't target a continuation trade to go higher because there's nothing up there to target. So it's an instant no trade day. Once we take out the highest draw on liquidity, no more trading. Need to wait until the market comes back down and establishes some internal highs and lows so that we can target them. Hope that makes sense to you. That's very important. Wednesday. It's going to save yourself if you stop trading all-time highs. Now, this is interesting. This is all-time highs right here. And it's also a data candle. So it looks like and this is, oh my goodness, and this is also a data candle right here. So it looks like we're just going to hit both immediately on market open. Yeah, see, we swept it. And what is the rule? Once you hit all-time highs, no more trading. So this is another back-to-back no trade day. Very unfortunate. 2 all-time high days in a row. Now this will be also interesting. You can see we just pumped all day this day. Immediately swept all-time highs again. So, actually, no, we did not. We did not. Let me make sure that the other days weren't all-time highs as well. All right, this is a valid. Okay, well, we can just test this day, and then we'll test the other day as well. Double check. Um, this would be our swing point with multiple candles in the opposite direction. You can. I mean, this trade doesn't work very often. I'll be honest with you. This one's not that common. I mean, it's the most common, but not the most common. It appears the most, but there's not often a valid trade to take. But it does work. So, I already know this isn't gonna work. Yeah, you see. Swing point. Let's see if we get a retracement though. Wow, this is a really interesting day right here. When you have an interruption, you want to take this starts a new set of candle pattern only if it's two. Okay, the key thing is two in a row. So we have 1 2 interruption 1 2. This starts a new one. So now we can do this to this and here to here. Now you can see it is a valid trade setup because we get the volume line is above this blue line, this blue 0.58 line. So we'll hit a buy right there. All right, now this is interesting too. We just reswept the high, so we adjust the fib. We're still only above this blue line, so we have to do that. We just increased it even more. And I don't know if y'all can see that, but we just the volume thing is no longer above the blue line here. So it's no longer a valid trade. And we closed beneath this 0.5. So very risky. And see that would have hit stop loss if we were red, but if we were blue, it would have hit. But it's just not worth taking. It's not worth taking that trade. New swing point is right there. So here we go. Run it back. Pretty sure we just pumped this entire day though. Yeah, I'm sure there's a trade set up here. Because I know we just pump all day. But I would not take anything on this day. So if I see we're pumping randomly, I'm just not going to take it. Let's go back to Wednesday and let's make sure that this is. All right, so these days were actually not all-time high days. Yeah, Wednesday was not an all-time high day. It would still be a no trade day. I mean, look at this. This is just miserable. If I was being really particular, you could say this is the first. Actually, no, it's not. This is the first down candle too. So I'm not even gonna take that, but we'll take a continuation. Maybe. There's one. There's two. I mean, there's nothing here. It's not worth it. If you're doing this all morning, it's not worth it. Just don't take a trade. Yeah, let's go to the next day as well. I might have miscalculated. Dang, I guess we weren't at all-time highs like ever. Are we all-time highs right now? Yeah. Now we're for sure at all-time highs. So I could have sworn we were all-time highs this week. I could have sworn. But I guess not. All right, so the only valid trade. Actually, let's just do this. Sorry. It's all because I thought we were at all-time highs. All right, so it's a 0.5 trade. Let's just see if we get a retracement at all. Here's a retracement. Let's see if this reached the 0.5. It did not. And it'd be a no trade day because it's not up. All right, it still would be a no trade day though. So that affected nothing. All right, back to Monday. Pink Pantheress. Oh, this is Lil Hero. Might be the zestiest song I've ever listened to. Charlie XCX. SZA. What is my recommended? Hold on. We're going to be going to the Asian orchestral music now. Bro, if you're not on the Asian orchestral music, you're missing out big time, I'm telling you. Anyway, here's Monday. Immediate sweep, immediate 2 candlestick pattern, opposite direction. Boom, boom. I can already tell that the volume isn't going to be at our desired area. Boom. And doesn't work out as per usual. We need 2 bullish candles. There's our 2 bullish candle closure. This is looking pretty good. Oh, what did I say? Black candle, and then we have a pattern of 2. So now we move our stuff to these 2 candles only. Nothing valid yet. Oh, now it's valid. Ooh, that's scary. Okay. This is gonna be I think I remember taking this trade, and I think I remember getting out. I think it shoots straight up right here. I actually remember it shooting straight up, but I think I'd take a small L here, so it'd be a L.5. Ooh, it was not. But I remember I did close very early here, since we did close like past everything, and that's very important to. So it is going to be an L.5 on this day, since we did close past the thing. This is inaccurate. No, 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 no. These are just break evens. Yeah, this is not the L's. Oh, yeah, this is right. 0.5, 0.5. If I take this away. Ah, I see what it's doing. I question my math, but it's correct. We're just gonna do parentheses, so it confuses me. Added up. All right. Sorry. Friday. We need the. Dude, are you serious right now? Look, it deleted my market open indicator. You can look at all my favorited stuff and steal it all. All right, so this type of day, I mean, if it does like the candle that we want, a bearish candle, and then it chops around, don't be doing it. Okay, once it retraces back up, stop trading. You do not need to trade that bad, bro. But this would be a swing point though, still. Is this all-time high? No, we're close. All right. So looks like a no trade day, to be honest with you. Ooh. Ooh. No trade day. I like this price action though. All right, Thursday. 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 Instant sweep. All right, here's our two candles right here. Two bearish candles. I think I did that wrong. Has potential to be good if it pushes down a little further. Oh, if we chop around a little bit, we can get a little bit more movement here. Ooh, this looks good. This looks good. Be good for a blue level sell. See what the adjusted fib does. Ooh, we're at point. Oh my goodness. It's got a really sharp sting in my ear. So this is a risky thing to do here, but we're gonna keep it at the blue level. Might miss out on a trade, but that's better than losing. Okay, now for sure we're at. Let me just see if we push down at all. All right, we do end up pushing down, so let's see where this hits. See, this is at the blue. Okay, so we'll be settling at blue. Looks like we got a touch, and we closed up beneath the 0.5, so this is valid right now. Let's see if we get like a wick to the blue, and then a potential push to take profit. exactly what I wanted to see here. The blue to blue, because we're doing the blue level trade here. Let's see if we hit take profit or not. Oh, that was so close. And then we smack take profit. Ace model. It's a W trade right there. I won't even lie to you. That is an Ace certified classic trade right there. All right, sweep this low immediately. That's one candle. That's one candle. That's one candle. That's... I'll count this as a swing point since we did have two candles, but they're like really weird. Oh, wait, what are we doing? We can count this. No, we can't count this. Bro. Bro, when it's like this, they were just gonna play safe and not take this. It looks like it might have worked low key though. But also, you don't. It wouldn't be like this. It'd be the when you take the trade, it needs to be the lowest to the highest. So yeah, it's like nothing valid there. Unfortunate no trade day. Tuesday. Ooh, love to see that. Lovely push up there. Lowest point to the highest point. Bullish trend. Sweep when taking continuation trade upwards. Volume needs to be in the correct area though. Love to see consolidation. Might not get anything here. Yeah, it looks like we're not getting anything here. Yep. Volume was never in the correct area, but we can take a continuation short. Oh, there's our two closes. Oh, this is perfect. So this is the pattern right here. All these in a row. We want the first one in the pattern to the highest point that it went. And you can see here that we're at the blue level exactly. So we'll go ahead and put a trade at this blue level. Ooh, this is a rare L. This is an L right here. Really just an unlucky trade there. That's our first L of the month. Stop loss would have been at this blue level, so, and we had we respected this 0.5 on the first touch, so yeah, everything was valid there. First real L. This does not need to. Why did it auto correct? First organic L. Dang, it's late, bro. 1:30. Should I say it's early? Wow, I just made myself cringe. Alright, here's our sweep, but we don't get two bearish candles. Here's the two bearish candles right here, but I don't love it when it does like this type of thing. I want to see it resweep. So we're not going to take anything. This is interesting. We swept. both sides. So let's see if we get a 0.5 retracement. We did get a 0.5 retracement perfectly to take profit. So that would be a W. Go to Friday. We're almost at the end of the month. Technically the beginning of the month. This is Thursday, so I went too far. Friday was a weird day, so we don't trade it actually. So Friday is a no trade day, and we go to Thursday instead. 9 a.m. We're gonna be a little bit before market open, so we'll let it run a little bit. There we go. Here's our sweep. Oh, we're just going up. All right, here's our two bearish candles right here. We just swept perfect actually. This might be a perfect continuation short right here. It's where we swept Asian high. It's where we get those two candles. But we just need volume to be in the correct area here. It's not, so it's invalid. But I think we might still push lower, low key. Yeah, we didn't really push anywhere actually. We just consolidated. So W risk management right there. It's a no trade. Wednesday. Go to Wednesday. This is the first. This is the last day of the month, where it might finish by 50 minutes. There's our sweep. Oh, this already looks sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. We need two bearish candles. I'm not counting that. That's weird. It's also a really small range. All right, those are two bearish candles. Close above. So let's see if we get the volume in the correct location. Low key looks like we might have it here. All right, this looks like a valid trade for a blue trade. Not a purple trade. Now it would be purple. If we come back down, which we might not. Ooh. All right, this would be the trade right here. We almost got stopped out immediately. But I'd probably take a 0.5 trade here. So let's see if we come up, how much we come up here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna have to go in the 1 minute for this. I'm gonna mark the candle that we this is to 12:10. Okay, so 12:10. Looks like we did come up before we went down. But I probably would have closed early, so we'll count it as an L.5. Because honestly, that would just have been a rough day. Or do we want to end with a 70% win rate? Kinda would round up low key. Now we'll count that as L.5. So we have a 5.5 to 2.5. I mean 5.5 to 8. Yeah, so 5.5 to 8. That was our worst month so far, but we actually ended up. So most of those L's, we only had one real L. The rest of those were break-even days. So maybe we should fix this because this looks like I took 2.5 L's, which in reality I only took 1 L, and then a bunch of break even days. So yeah, five. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 W's, and then a bunch of break even days in 1 L. So if you look at it that way, it's a lot better. Um, so that's gonna be all for this backtesting video. I gotta go to sleep. 1:30 a.m. Peace.